So in the spring, the sellers who were newer listings to market that priced sharply, they had the leverage. And again, this is not applying to the $9 million plus range. The buyers in the spring, they had more competition, yes. They also had less homes to choose from, yes. There was a higher sense of urgency, though, a much higher sense of urgency. $9 million plus, your time was not in the spring on market. Your time was in the summertime. That is your time. Because again, the homes that went pending in the spring were unsuccessful. The buyers for the $9 million plus range were waiting. They were waiting on the sidelines until the home was in a price, was listed at a list price that was attractive enough for them to actually come and take a bite. So if this pattern repeats next year, then we have our answer. If you're a seller in the $9 million plus range, do not list in spring. Absolutely not, unless you want to sell off market. Because there's no reason for you to list when we understand that the buyers are not biting. They're not. If they are starting to bite in the summertime, that is when you should come onto market, because you don't want to risk overexposing yourself to the market when we already know the buyers aren't even coming. Or if you're a seller in a lower price tier and you have a history of price reductions within more recent times, well, again, you really need to think about timing, because in the spring, if we know that majority of the homes don't even have a history of reductions that are moving, well, the probability you're going to move is going to be pretty low. So it is a risk, right? So that's why you really have to think about timing. And I want to reiterate the value of what I'm providing to you. It's extremely rare. It is, because the statistics that are provided to agents, they're super generic, super generic. Here's a sample of just some of my notes that I take. And this isn't even my tracking system. I will never show that on here. That is reserved for current, past, and prospective clients. I will never share that on here. I don't just track with precision. I trained my eye to catch every detail, and I'm an artist. For example, this is a piece that I made quite a few years ago. It's an older piece, but I really do love it. It's one of my favorites. And I drew that freehand. So if I can draw something like that freehand, you better believe I'm not going to skip any numbers. And side note, I do have a new piece coming, which will be part of the collection using an unconventional medium. So this is a clue. If I'm the only person in La Jolla with the key to the vault, to this level of insight, you can only imagine how I'm going to negotiate on your behalf. Because if we have the facts, not opinions, not just like a hunch for something, it's actual truth and data. How is the other side going to push back as hard as they usually do when they don't even know the numbers that we know?